I couldn't figure out what that was. I didn't know that was the first one. I didn't know that was your like preview.
Yes, sir. Delaware 302 exclusive.
You got it. So
Okay.
so Delaware is a clothing brand I want to make, and 302 exclusive is my handle for like it's always been my handle for a long time. I got clothing brand with that too. I don't have the names trademarked yet, but that's on X. Jesus Christ's name is his handles 302 exclusive. One of them is Delaware 302. But I'll show you. Hold on.
Love the ceiling backdrop you got there, bro. Miss Ashley Hodge in the house.
Oh, thank you.
Hey,
Hey, how's everybody doing tonight?
I'm good.
You Gucci?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, for the
So
most part,
you
everybody's.
just you just got off your first Inspire You call. How was that for you, Ashley?
It was actually pretty good. It wasn't my first call with you. You've had other calls through like Facebook Live, but it was good.
Had you jumped on a group call like that though?
What is this? Not like that, but I've done with your Facebook Lives. I have.
Okay, okay. Thanks
Don't
for
ask me who
showing
I
up.
was there because I'm hot for one or two of them.
Yeah. So you're working for that degree. You said you have four little ones,
Yes, trying my
and
hardest.
how old are they?
Five, Lord, about to be 9, 5, 2, and be 1 in May.
Okay, 9, 5, 2, and 1.
That is for sure brand.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes.
okay. I like that, Evan.
I'm gonna try to
Okay.
change this camera up so y'all can see it. How you do this camera?
And he's gone.
Quantum Health Boss in the house. How's your mic, bro? Still can't hear you.
I don't know how to change it, but yeah. So that's sublimation. Excuse me, but that's sublimation made with this. Just a regular. What's it called? The Epson. Shit. Let me check.
Yeah.
Epson Eco Tank. But yeah, you put sublimation ink inside it and sublimation paper, and you can print it like a regular. But you can't use regular ink first. You gotta just use sublimation ink. And once you put it in there, that's it. You can't change it back. And you gotta use it within 6 months, or and keep it clean. If not, it'll dry the heads on it, and it's really hard to clean. Or that's it. But for $100, I got a sublimation printer. So,
Okay.
but yeah, you can make any image, and then but you can only put it on light colors. It's better on polyesters, more polyester blends, and so that's why it's a little bit. It worked out good, but because it was on the cotton, it didn't it absorbed the ink. So
Are you able to prop your phone so we can see you?
I'm trying to, but my cord's on there and my phone's dead. So I'm like trying to. So instead of being green, it should have been black. I don't know if you can see the color of it,
We
but
see it.
it should have been black. On polyester on the printer, I don't know if it's the paper or the ink. It's not as good as ink, but it didn't print it. It looked almost black, and when I printed it on the cotton, that's what sucked out the color of the ink. and made it green. It's either use too much the heat or not enough heat or the fabric. So when I put it on a polyester one, it went black. So it's all different. It's really confusing. You can't print anything white. So if you have anything white, you got to either use a vinyl background, like do the same thing and cut a vinyl cutter for the white background parts of the image, or you have a white shirt because it's usually on lighter colors, or you make something close to white but it's kind of like a cream and
Okay.
so it has a tint to it, so you can still put the white inside the image. But yeah.
Well,
So
thank
we
you for
don't.
teaching us that.
You're welcome.
Appreciate it.
Let me go put this sweatshirt back. I'll be right back.
You still can't hear me, bro?
Oh, you are alive and you are loud and clear and crisp.
Hello.
Crisp.
It's about time. You got to get those quantum frequencies going, you know?
Tell me about it, man. What's a quantum frequency, bro?
Like everything is frequency. And then once you bring it into the quantum world, quantum meaning doesn't matter where you are. You're in Delaware, I'm in Canada, Toronto. I can alter your frequency if I really wanted to. All I have to do is just match your vibration of your frequency.
Tell me more. What do you mean?
So like your frequency is what God gave you. So, you know, your phone number on your cell phone, that is a set of frequencies. So when I dial in 1-877-666, whatever your phone number is, I'm going to get Spencer. I'm not going to get Evan. And I'm not going to get Ashley. So God made your frequency Spencer Furthergill. So once I put that information into the heavenly scan with your birth date, your height, and your weight, but I really don't need it. I can still find you with the right frequency, your name, and the right intention. I'm able to match the frequencies that's going on in your organs, in your emotions, whatever the case may be. And once I'm able to match those frequencies, if they're vibrating high or vibrating low, I'm able to send the correcting frequencies to your body to ask your immune system, hey, can we get a better result? And if we can't get a better result, then we can see exactly what frequencies they are. So we can start to work on them either nutritionally, some sort of protocol treatment, whatever the case may be. But the heavenly scan pretty much, how can I put this? It's like my little professor. Like I know everything that I got to do to help somebody, but it's just like a physical representation of showing them exactly what I've already told them. Because as somebody put it, hey, you went to school and you did your you did your degree on the back of a napkin. Well, you don't have to be a medical doctor to help somebody heal. And doesn't mean if it's emotionally or physically, because nowhere in the Bible said that you have to go to school for 7 years, 10 years in order to start healing.
Okay. Ashley, you got any thoughts on that?
So, what led you to become this healer?
So one day I was driving my forklift in my 250,000 square foot warehouse, and one of my employees came in front of me. He was walking, I was driving. I was going full speed on this Toyota forklift, electric forklift. But anyways, I knew that if I didn't stop, I was going to hit the guy. So I tried to put my foot on the brake. And when I was pressing the brake, I felt this pain that I never felt before. And I was screaming on the top of my lungs and almost hit the guy like a couple of inches from hitting the guy with the forks of my forklift in his ankle. And so I took myself, off of the job and went to my family doctor. And my family doctor basically looked me dead in my face and said He didn't believe me. The same guy that delivered me, the same guy that I delivered newspapers to, the same guy that sees out my whole family. You know, he looks at me dead in my face and says he doesn't believe me. I'm all in it for the insurance money. And doctor after doctor, specialist after specialist, seeing over 30 specialists, basically getting the runaround, doing all sorts of tests, getting surgery on both of my knees, getting biopsies. They couldn't figure out what's going on, sending my tissues to Children's Hospital. I'm an adult now. Basically led me down the road of divorce, losing my car, my house, my kids, my wife, everything, and basically starting over. And starting over for me was not having those comforts that I used to have. So my body was changing, but I was still having pain. And I went to the gym one day, and I decided I was going to be even extra more sexier. So I started to work out even harder than I did, but I could not work for 9 days. I was in so much pain, I couldn't work for 9 days. And I think I just started talking to my ex-wife's sister at the time. She was a registered nurse at the Children's Hospital. And I was like, I'm back to square one. I really need some help because I was in a wheelchair for a month, you know.
How long ago was this?
I don't know. Over 30 years, man. I'm only 46, but basically my whole life. So anyways,
you
I'm
look
like,
young for 46, man. You don't look 46, bro.
that's why you gotta match the the frequency and, you know, just do what you gotta do. But I was like, I really need some help. Is there, you know, a doctor or somebody that you know, because I haven't spoken to her for the longest time, that could help me? And she's like, I'm gonna talk to somebody and I'll get back to you. I didn't know who she was or whatever that she was gonna call. And she called her friend, and the friend sent her practitioner's number or information, website information. So I'm online and I'm searching this doctor's information online, and I basically see he's not a medical doctor. And then I start to do all you know, all kinds of checks like normal people do, and everything is saying don't go and see the man. But after 30 years of being in pain and being in a wheelchair and getting myself off of it, walking around with a cane, getting so much surgeries and nobody helping me, I was like, damn, I was going to go see this man because I haven't worked for 9 days and I didn't want to lose another house, another car, another wife, another family, right? All I wanted to do is figure out what was going on. So I went to his home office. It's in my book. I'm a co-author in a book, Flashpoint, Your Health Turnaround Stories. But if you want a copy, I can send you the copy. Just send me your email.
I would love to check that out.
Was that?
I would love to check that out.
Yeah, man. But
what's it called?
Flashpoint, Your Health Turnaround Stories by Austin J. Haynes. I'm a co-author in that book. So I went to his home office and I was like, Doc, like, he's like, shh, be quiet. He's like, sit there, blah, blah, blah. And he's like giving me, you know, small talk. How was your day? Blah, 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 blah. Not really how was my day. He said something else because he didn't really want me to talk about my health issue. And I started talking for about 2 minutes because I like to talk. And man says, I already know everything that's going wrong with you for the last almost 30 years in 2 minutes. So that's what really brought me to becoming a practitioner. But first and most, when I learned about how I could basically figure out what was going on in my body, that I went to see over 30 specialists, to go see over 30 specialists, easy. And two visits, I had doctors. One time, doctors brought out of retirement, and 6-7 of them scratching their head over me. So when I learned that I was wonderfully and miraculously made, and the answers was basically uncovered in 2 minutes, I was elated. I was dumbfounded. I was like bouncing off the walls. You ever got a new car, smelled or went to the dealer and smelled that new car smell and said, "Yeah, I want to drive that car," and you bring home the manual. Well, that's how I felt. I felt a new release on life. Why? Because I went to his office with pain, and I left without.
Just like that.
No, it wasn't just like that. Yes, we did things there, but in the 45 minutes, an hour treatment session that I was there, I left without any pain. And I just felt empowered that I just learned the miracle that God has already put inside of me, that I needed to pay it forward and help other people. And I think, not to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease or anything like that. We have to keep on spreading the information. The biggest thing that I have is, for almost 30 years, everybody called you every minute. Oh, how are you doing? They would send you money. They'd have get-togethers. They'd be calling, oh, did the doctors find out anything yet? But as soon as you get better, and it's not by the doctors that they want, they're all gone. They disappear.
Actually, are you thinking over there?
Yeah.
What are you thinking? What are you thinking?
Oh, I just got a couple of questions, but he can continue if he wants to.
No, ask away.
What's your questions?
So with these frequencies, because you told us about the breathing and everything. So do you believe in modern medicine or the things that people say, or do you believe a lot of this is subconscious and we can cure it through what you're saying with the frequencies?
So that's a very good question. So I'm going to use this modern day time thing going on with the government, the U.S. government. You see, there's a change in tide when it comes to freedom of speech. There's a change in tide when it comes to listening to the other side. So we were fed a certain narrative that we needed to get vaccinated in order to save ourselves. But if 17.5 million people died in the US, I don't see how we're saving ourselves, especially when I I looked at social media today and another basketball player miraculously has blood clots. Okay. So I think that when it comes to science, there are definitely more than one view. And when you stop freedom of speech of the other side of the view, because there is clinical trials of people curing cancer without chemotherapies, without surgeries, right? There is documentation of them doing the same thing with the chemotherapy and the surgeries. But for me as a holistic practitioner, and for someone that was in pain and went through surgeries and medications and opioids that basically didn't do anything for me, I have to say, how far do I want to destroy my temple instead of building it up? Because certain procedures and stuff may only cause more harm into the body. So, when you're doing chemotherapy, and say, for example, you got breast cancer, that chemotherapy is killing every cell in the body. It's killing your brain cells. It's killing your kidney. It's killing your liver. So, yeah, we want to get rid of the breast cancer. And you know what? Cutting it out and using the surgery is probably the fastest thing to do. But do you think that God made us in some fast thinking of his mind? He planned everything out. He knows what we're going to do before we do it. He's already put the things in place.
He's already orchestrated this call, brother. He's already orchestrated you up there educating.
Mhm.
But
Real quick, I want to say what's up to Rory in the house. Rory is with Legal Shield and is an absolute dope human being. Thanks for being here, Rory. And then also Miss The Bree Rabino saying hey. Sorry, Quantum Boss. Continue, bro.
I know I like to talk, but I think personally, now that we have RFK, I'm in Canada, but like I'm going like this. You guys could put the tariffs on, but at some point or another, we need a big person to step up in the room and say, let's actually step back and actually see, are we doing the best thing for our temples?
Because you're a fan of RFK?
No, I'm a fan of actually listening to all the facts. If we're only fed one fact that's really not the facts, I don't know what to say. Look at my tongue. My tongue is blue. The blue on my tongue is actually called Blue. Our brand is called Blue. I'm not trying to sell it to you,
right?
but if you go into pretty much every aquarium fish store, they sell methylene blue. Why? So when your fish gets sick, you put some drops into the water and they miraculously are healed. You're not calling the doctor. You're not bringing in surgery. Just a few drops and your fish is healed.
I need some.
How do you think they got rid of coronavirus 100 years ago? They got rid of it, right? But all of a sudden you need a vaccine, but nobody's talking about what they used 100 years ago to get rid of the vaccine, get rid of the coronavirus that they basically pumped up. We've learned in the last week that USAID has been funding the Wuhan lab, and so was Dr. Fauci. That's why he got pardoned. So if only one side is feeding you information,
All about the money.
we need discernment. We have to have the discernment to say, I'm a Christian, I read the Bible, right? But where did we go wrong along these centuries, right? Because before there was pharmakia, pharmacies, medical doctors, there was holistic medicine. Like in my city in Toronto, we used to have a holistic hospital. Tell me why we don't have one anymore.
So, Ashley, did he answer your question there?
Not fully, no.
Can you ask it again?
No, I was saying like how did I put it? With what you have going on and you with the frequencies and everything, do you specifically believe in modern medicine? Like I get what you're saying, but God forbid, knock on wood, everything, kiss a rabbit foot, all that. Like if something were to happen to you, would you allow them to work on you, or would you have to go? I don't know what's going on in Canada, but would you have to go to somebody specifically that is holistic that would help you?
Okay.
So do you specifically believe in it, or are you only like it's kind of certain things and other things you don't?
Let me put this out there, okay? If you get into a car accident and your leg is hanging off, please go to the hospital, okay? I was in an accident. I broke and dislocated 2 of my toes, okay, on my jet ski. Yes, I went to the hospital. But I'll tell you what, my niece was shot, okay? My niece was shot. Monday morning, I'm on my way to work, 5:30 in the morning, I get a phone call that my niece was shot. On a Monday morning. Like, come on, seriously? Not even the first day. Like, couldn't it be on a Saturday night? Couldn't, like, give me some chance to rest before I start work. But no, my first day at work, I'm already on my way in the car. I get a call. My niece was shot. She was at the hospital. She was at the major trauma center here in the city. Okay.
What's her name?
Doesn't matter what her name is. But
okay,
she was in the hospital. Shot
How's she doing now?
twice. Let me finish the story. So the doctors are doing everything they can do normally possible to stabilize her and to see if she's gonna die. Okay, but literally, when I got the phone call, I could have did it right away, but I went to work. I told my boss I cannot work today, and I turned around and I drove home, which was only 5 minutes from my work. So you can see how fast the time went. As soon as I got home, in less than 5 minutes, I knew exactly where the bullets entered her body, and I knew where they were resting. And I talked to her mom on the phone, and I told her, this is where it is, and this is what's happening. And all I got was yes. So I definitely believe in hospitals. I definitely believe in doctors. But what I don't like is that when a doctor goes to school for so many years and they're not even taught proper nutrition, okay? They're not taught proper nutrition. So somebody that's supposed to be taking care of your life, but they don't even know the old science, right? They're going off of things that they're not even taught. I don't think they have the full picture. So, yes, I do go to my doctor regularly. Why? Because I hold a commercial driver's license. And if I don't go to my doctor, I will not have a commercial driver's license. But when I do see my doctor, most of the time they push their pills and I don't take them. Just before New Year's, I guess around Christmas time, I got sick. I got ill. Why? Because I got some infection going on in my tooth and I'm losing minerals. And we can have a whole big story on that because I think that's the most prevalent thing that is on our generation. And it's been
tooth decay?
Pardon?
Is tooth decay?
No, it's mineral metabolism.
Okay.
Bone metabolism.
So I want to, Ashley, did he answer your question?
Yeah.
Okay. Real quick, I want to cut in, man. I've been like getting, I don't know if it's something I clicked, but and like I just hit the ad algorithm, but I get a lot of gut health, all about microbiomes and that sort of thing, constantly, consistently. Do you guys get that?
Like,
Just
what?
this way. The gut, right?
The gut. Yeah.
Where's the gut connected to?
Everything. All the organs.
No.
No?
It's not connected to all the organs.
Okay.
The gut is connected to the vagus nerve. You ever seen a tree? You got a tree in your backyard, your front yard?
Yeah.
Well, your gut is in the roots.
Okay.
Okay. The trunk going up of the tree is the vagus nerve. The branches and the leaves is your brain.
Okay.
Okay. Your gut is connected to your brain. The longest nerve in the body is the vagus nerve. So more than likely, when you're having problems here, you're having problems here. And the first thing I got to tell people.
Thank you, Carly.
Is to do the deep belly breathing, right? When you do the deep belly breathing, it will help get some nutrients to the brain. It might not be, the apple, the orange, the nice steak or whatever, but oxygen is needed in the brain to make the right decisions. So, think of the tree of life. The tree of life basically spells it out. The roots, that's where your stomach is. The top, that's where your brain is. And if it was totally connected, I don't think we'd have so much problems with pancreatic cancer and all that kinds of stuff. Gallbladder being plugged up and liver is being plugged up.
I like that I can do that real quick. I'm sorry I asked you what your niece's name was, man. Is she okay now?
Just put it this way, my friend. Anytime you get an injury, scar, or trauma to the body, it has to be mud packed. After you go see the doctor, make sure you mud pack that. Because what happens is you get stagnant energy in the meridian system. Cheesies. Cheez-Its.
Everybody said I was chewing. I just noticed it. Sorry.
When
not-
did you get a Facebook, son? Isn't it bedtime?
Who you talking about, me?
I think he's talking to the little one. But you know what? I love my doctors. I just wish I could educate them a lot more than what I know.
He called him.
I just started it right now.
So I got an idea.
Shoot.
Canada needs a new prime minister. Right?
It's coming.
Why don't you run?
Never.
That's right.
Never? Never? Why never?
I don't understand the Canadian politics.
Because the Bible speaks a lot about government. And anytime that you move towards membership, an association, even certain churches, religions, you start moving away from the Bible. I don't think I'm perfect, but I'm trying to make sure that I get into the pearly gates. And if you read
You will.
anything about all these kings and stuff, they don't really end up that well.
Because they're not following the right way.
No, it's not that they're not following the right way. Like, there's a lot of stuff that Trump is doing that is right.
Of course. No, I'm saying,
But
oh, of course.
but with right, there's always wrong.
It's balance.
Just put it this way. When slavery was big and rampant, right, it was mostly with the Democrat Party,
Mm-hmm. I
right?
was reading it last night.
And then, slavery went away, and then it kind of shifted to the Republican Party.
We're talking about a lot of different things here.
We are,
So-
but
Okay. So you will stay away from government forever because you feel as if that would keep you from the pearly gates?
Well, definitely serving in government, that's not where I'm supposed to serve. That's not what God called for me, right? I mean,
true.
if he wanted me to be a politician, I don't think he would have made the politicians that I tried to help when I was younger rub me the wrong way and didn't come through with what they promised. Because if they did, I would be in my suit and I would be outside campaigning right now because it is campaign season.
Doesn't that
Right.
hold on? But them rubbing you the wrong way, doesn't that give you that much more reason to like change that? Because those are like officials that represent.
You have to understand that we don't know exactly what God intended for us at the time, right? I didn't know that I was going to be in pain for almost 30 years. I didn't know that I was going to see over 30 specialists. I didn't know I would meet one or two of those specialists that because of their training and their college, they couldn't help me.
Right. And you got to stick in your field. I got you.
I'm not, I wasn't a medical
So-
doctor, but
So real quick to
Basically,
jump
the
into
path-
that, do you think you're on that right now? You are on the path that God has called for you right now.
well, when the hospital cannot find a brain tumor, and with my help, they see it, I think I'm on the right path.
Stay in
Okay.
that path.
And when the tumor is gone without surgery or biopsies, I think I'm on the right path.
That's good.
If
We
I
have
can,
our fifth member that popped up from earlier, by the way.
if
I
I
don't
can
know if you guys
stop
can see that or not.
menstrual bleeding with frequency, I think I'm on the right path.
Can you figure out how to get lymphedema going?
Just put it this way:
My mom has lymphedema. That's why I'm asking.
the biggest problem is that we keep on looking at the labels that they give us instead of just matching the frequency and seeing exactly what the body needs.
Okay.
Hey.
But just put it this way: very easy to get rid of. All it needs is to match the frequency.
'Cause I've always tried to do frequencies with her, and Evan, get that shit away from me. It is annoying. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to. It's a
Just put it this way: there's ways of helping her without her listening to the frequency. Because
all
right from my home, I can broadcast cancer frequencies anywhere in the world.
right.
Evan,
And
you think you're on the path that God has called for you, brother?
I don't know which way he wants me to go, but whatever way I gotta go, I go. And I'm serious. I mean, I've been through some shit, and the reason why is because everybody said, "Evan, why did you do this? Evan, why did you do that? Why are you doing this?" That I don't know. I try to do certain things, and if he tells me go do it, I go do it. If it's not right to do, like killing people or robbing people, you got to go by the Ten Commandments. You know what I mean? You got to know morals, but at the same time, if I have to go do something, I'm going to try my best to go do it. I've been stopped a lot of times to be able to get there, so I didn't. A lot of times, my path has changed. Like sometimes you want to go to the gas station, but on the way there, you had to stop at the other store. Well, when you stopped at the other store, it was somebody there that you needed to meet. It wasn't even about going to the gas station. So that's where I'm at. So I try to do a lot of things. I can never get my own stuff done because my mind is like everything. So I try my best to focus on everything, and I don't like the ADHD medication because when you take that, it puts blockers on you, and it don't work right. It's not what I am, and I want to do clothing, but God told me, Evan, once you're ready to get your own store, it won't happen because something else is gonna happen. I'd like to be 2028 president, but we'll see where it goes. So
Is that where
everybody,
you're at? Is that what you want?
I mean, that's what I don't really want that, but that's what this country needs.
This country needs you to be president?
Well, not necessarily me, but if it's the only way to actually get people to listen and do what God wants, I'm not saying just because I'm in there, I'm gonna be a dictator. But right now, my voice is not being heard there, and they do some things to back up themselves after they done something. And I'm not saying it's because of me, but I'm not gonna say I don't send messages to them 24/7 on advice. So some of it works, some of it doesn't. You know what I mean? And everybody
You're,
said, Evan, stop worrying about them, worry about yourself. Well, if they fuck it up, guess what? There is no self because we're
are
all
you
done.
sending the government messages? Is that what you just said?
Oh, I can neither confirm or deny that information.
Okay. Okay.
I'm just saying, like I put it public. I put it right on the X. That's one good thing about X is that so I have I'm about to reveal myself. So this guy has 4 Jesus Christ accounts on X, and they don't actually get as much views or publicity or a good audience as my X page, as Evan's X page. I didn't know that until I made an X page so I could be normal. And
You're so normal.
yeah. Oh man, that's a good one. But I was a long time ago. But I don't even know if I was then. But I get like if I post something on the Jesus Christ account, I could get maybe 5 views in like days and days. If I put it on my account, I'll have hundreds of views within sometimes within hours, sometimes within a couple of days. Like, I don't understand what the algorithm they have on that thing. Maybe because of the name, maybe they put me in a different spot. But it's really weird. It's different. But on X, you can communicate with the whole world. That's the only good thing about it. And even though half the people aren't even real people, the people that matter still see.
Hmm.
So whether they like what you say or not, you got to figure out how to get it to them because there's hundreds of thousands of comments and follows and this. So you got to pick and choose where you're going to put it at. But give them some advice sometimes. It works sometimes it doesn't. They don't want to listen because who the hell am I to tell them? And but one day, maybe if I don't get killed before then, it'll be a good thing. So I'm saying the same thing as he said. You know, it's I really don't want to be in politics, but that wrong person gets in there and it's getting to that point where I'm not saying Trump is, I'm not saying Elon is, I'm not saying any of the other. I'm not even saying that was his name Trudeau in Canada. I'm not even saying that something's wrong with him. Oh yeah, who knows about any of these people? I
Hopefully, he's
mean,
in jail soon.
yeah. I mean, even though they're going after the tariffs, oh yeah, so we'll do this, so we'll do that. Guess what? Just because of the tariff thing, you guys are moving all this shit around and trading oil and taking this and energy that and this. Guess what? You can't change it. You put it there, just like Panama giving the Panama Canal to China. China's not giving that back without a fight.
Hmm.
So
So the title of this stream is "Anxiety and Depression is a Lie." I think this subject
might need to
might
change that title.
possibly give out a lot of anxiety. I could be wrong.
Sorry about that. I don't know. I didn't mean to bring it up as a political leader thing. I don't like
No,
talking
you're
about
good.
politics, but yeah, no, the frequency thing is a good thing because you know it's I mean a lot of people need to know about that, bro. And
Yeah, I agree.
it's a good thing. Like whenever you said something about it, I love frequencies. I'll sit here all night with that thing on my head going. Blah, 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 blah. I gotta pick certain ones because I gotta regulate what you listen to, but and you're
So
doing it
Ashley,
a
do you have
different way
any?
and such a low hurt that you can't hear it really. But
I want to get the females in a little bit. Ashley and Tony, do you have any experience with frequencies, healing frequencies specifically?
No,
Don't know.
No.
Do you know anything about it?
not too much to be honest.
Okay, Tony,
What did you say?
do you know anything about healing frequencies?
No.
Hey,
Exciting.
Spencer,
Yeah.
share my screen and I'll show them.
I think I have to remove one person in order to do that properly.
No, you can see
No,
it.
you don't.
Okay.
I'll just make it a little bit bigger.
Okay. Are you able to
I've been trying to get one of those forever.
Okay. So
I really
what I
think
was kind of saying earlier, Spencer, like how the frequency finds you, right? So when I'm making a new client, I just put their first name, their last name, their email address to send the reports, gender, only male or female, okay? Weight, height, and birth date. So with that information, I'm already in there. I just go back here. So I think a lot of people are really missing their inner voice. So I use inner voice as much as possible. Where did you go? Okay. Can you guys see the screen or is it blank?
No, we can see it.
It's a little small, but we can see it.
I can't see. Hold on.
I zoomed in.
It's doing some weird
He's
things.
showing us the inside deets right now.
Okay,
The
now I'm in.
juice. This is the juice, baby.
All right. So when I'm doing an inner voice scan, basically inner voice is using your voice like a lie detector. It picks out over 100,000 frequencies from my voice, but I've learned that you don't even need the voice. But this is how I do it. So I just press the right button, and my name is Gregory Hall, or the Quantum Health Boss. I'm here live with these guys, showing them a little bit about frequency and how you can tap into your inner voice. So now it's going to start scanning my body.
I love that noise.
Me too.
The genome causes, you got suggestions, you got vitals, and it's just going through all the notes and seeing what the physical emotions, what the causes are, and it's going to give suggestions on what I should do to fix it.
So that goes off the 10 seconds of what your voice, so they can use that 10 seconds to analyze it.
Correct.
Do you have to say anything certain specifically, or certain words, or certain way to be able to change? Not like so it can hit all the tones.
Just put it this way: I've just pressed the button with somebody in a different state, a different country, without the voice, and I still got the accurate report. But they say it's a little bit more accurate when you're using the transducers.
Gotcha.
And
So,
what's the transducers?
Transducers, they just sit on your jawbone. But me and a few practitioners and my professor have done some trials, and we don't think we need it. All right, so
What are you doing?
so I just realized through this report what my low frequency is. So you see the E and the A sharp?
Yep.
Okay, so that's my low frequency. So your low frequency is going to hold any trapped emotions and basically all your pain and hurt. So it's telling me that I need to listen to that A sharp in order to balance it out. So right from this thing here, I can just press auto mix. It's going to put my music. It's going to put the tone and everything. And I can play this 5 minutes, 10 minutes, or continuous. Basically what it is, it's binaural beats. So binaural beats, it tries to, well, what it does, it puts two different frequency on each side of your ear to reach to the center of your brain to pass your conscious barrier. So I just pressed play. I don't know if you guys can hear it. Did you guys hear that?
Yeah, now
Yes.
you need to put like some hip hop beats in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the plan.
You can definitely fool around with it. So listening to that frequency, I had a lady in Australia for 3 years, wasn't able to work. She went to the hospital. It seemed like a stroke. And just listening to that, all of her symptoms went away. Okay. But when you read the report, it tells you pretty much a little bit about it, how it works, and your notes and your colors. So if you look inside the man, the color inside the man, that's bad. This is what it's affecting me right now. And it's telling me what my positive emotions are and negative emotions. It's not saying that I'm positive or negative. It's just saying if I'm too positive, it's not balanced, too negative, not balanced. So each line pretty much lines up for itself. So appropriate self-expression lines up with the bottom, suppressed emotional expression.
Before you
So-
keep going, keep going, can I ask you? Do you think what we just talked about your was your sister,
Yeah,
the politics, that what? Do you think any of that had effect on this frequency reading?
it could have, but if I read any more, I'll let you know if it does.
All right.
So normally when you're getting a little bit closer to the meat and potatoes, you start to look at the bottom ones. So more fulfilling, satisfying life with the ability to engage the whole emotional self. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, so it all lines up. So betrayal and mistreatment by others when unable to defend oneself may result in difficulty forgiving or letting go. I got to think about that one a little bit.
May
But let me go.
continually try to fix others.
Let me go to my low frequency. So this is my low frequency. This is the one I really want to get into because this is the one that's harboring my trapped emotions and my pain that I really need to let go. Okay. So if you look and see exactly in the man what it's affecting, right? It's affecting the lungs, it's affecting the spine, it's affecting the hips, right? Right up to the head. So, if you look at my positive emotions, let's look at the bottom one. Easier to form rewarding relationships. That's a good thing. Okay, on the flip side, may identify and experience emotions through others or entertainment, which I do. And I got to figure out the balance. So the balance would be to wear these glasses or look at that color, magenta, and listen to the music that's provided. But when I do that, it's going to bring me feelings about the future, grounding, calming, encourages spiritual enlightenment. So some of the emotions, frustration, self-deception, inner conflict. So I can't think of anything right now. I can think of one thing about the frustration. But it's saying that I could probably use some iron, vitamin C, and this degeneration. So some potential causes: herpes zoster. You got some parasites and sensitivities to food, corn. I try to avoid corn, but sometimes I eat tacos. I haven't had any recently, but I'll try to stay away. So it's saying for the spine, I need to exercise my core muscles. I hurt my back the other day. I definitely do. I got to check my trace minerals in the morning and give myself some nutrients. And I got to see the chiropractor. And lymphatic, it's saying that I need to increase hydration. I haven't drank enough today.
Bless
I
you.
know
Bless
that.
you.
Get adequate exercise. I didn't go to the gym. I went on the call and more trace minerals. So if I start to see the same things come up, it's probably something that I really need to do right away. So my pH is low. I need to increase my minerals.
Hey,
Increasing,
Greg,
yeah.
are you able to play around with this while we're on here and see if you could make this screen bigger?
Hold on.
Because I'd like to
Yes.
do this again sometime soon, and you actually do like a full presentation if you want to, bro. If you would be willing to do that.
I'll
You
do a
had turn your phone
presentation. And if anybody's wanting to, I always give a complimentary voice scan. So you guys can see that?
Yeah, you can. If you turn your phone sideways, what will it do?
No,
Or is
it's
it
on
on
my
your computer?
it's on my computer.
Turn your phone sideways, bro.
It makes it smaller. FYI.
I was saying for him though, because he would make it turn sideways, it would get bigger, but he
We're
can't do it
talking
because it's
about
on
the
a laptop.
screen, right?
Yeah. I forgot it was a tablet.
Are you on your phone, Spencer?
I have my phone, but I'm on my
Oh.
computer.
How come you're on that view? Next time when you go online, go to the 16.9 view, not the 9 times 16.
Go backwards on it.
Okay,
The
hold on
opposite.
then.
Okay. Well, hold on. Settings. General. Oh, I can't change the settings while I'm going live.
No, not when you're going live. When you go back on. But yeah, I try to always do it in the other format. It will show a little bit better.
Okay. Well, hold on.